So, what's up, people? I guess this is all me. I leave, I call a disaster, and within moments of me arriving back in the States, the market will never ever go down again. I walk in, and the Nasdaq futures are up 14. I see the Dow futures are up over 100. I don't think I haven't seen that in 5 years. I figured Bin Laden was captured. What happened? What's going on? So then the numbers came out, and I'm immediately shorting the Qs. I don't care. I don't care what the hell's going on. You don't gap the futures up this much just on bullshit. And then the numbers came out, and we have no reaction whatsoever. So I don't know. I don't even know what to think anymore. But here's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about what I did. Now, everyone's thinking that there must have been some sort of awful disaster involving my trading career during this trip. But here, this time, I pulled a crawl on myself. I embraced the horror that I was going to be wrong, and I absolutely did the opposite of the opposite of the opposite and the opposite without negating myself, which is a miracle. So, as you know, what I did was I covered the Q short. That's right. Last week, not last week, but at $50.25 was my final threshold of pain to cover that last 4,000 Q common. But not to be left in the dark or left out of the party of the ensuing crash that was going to happen, I went and bought 300 puts for August, knowing that I was going to be on the boat next week. So yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, I finally made some money on the Qs. Made all the money back I lost on that common because I was short since February. February, that's right, I was short those last 4,000 Qs since February. So I made all that money back and then some. Yippee-ki-yay. And then the Aamai. Oh, the Aamai. Everyone wants to know what happened with that stock, right? Here's what happened. The last 5,000 shares that I had, I was going to dump it and just call it a day. But look at that. The stock started rallying to $50. So what I did is, when the stock hit 49, I set up a hedge position because I knew the earnings were going to come out and I wasn't going to be there to participate in whatever was going to happen. Assuming the stock was going to do the opposite of what I was going to do, I set up a position where I was just going to be locked into a loss no matter what happened. I sold $50 calls for August. I also bought $45 puts for August, and I was planning on holding the stock. And then I said, you know what, why should I even do that? Maybe I should just go flat for the first time since 1998. And that's what I did. So the first thing I did is when the stock broke $49.10, I got stopped out of the last 5,000 shares. So now I was short up the ass, okay? Not wanting to be short the stock, considering my life and the earnings coming out, the first thing I did was I covered the $50 calls for a small profit. So are you catching on what was happening here? If you were doing the opposite of what I was doing, you would have been basically going short the stock at this point. And then I was left with the $45 puts. Oh, the $45 puts. Never even thought about those coming into play. But there it was, covering the $45 puts flat and basically being flat Aamai. I was feeling really nice. I was feeling good. I was kind of going to relax. And I was telling you how I couldn't get internet access. Yeah, it was horrible. So there I was in Bermuda on Thursday, where I predicted that there would be a crash. Joking around with my dad on Tuesday, I was like, you know, Thursday the market's going to crash because Aamai is coming out with earnings. Even though I didn't have any of the stock, absolutely flat the stock for the first time in a long time, I knew what was going to happen because the last trade that I did was selling out of those naked calls and getting out of those puts. So the last trade I did was getting out of a short position on Aamai. Something I didn't even want to be in, but because I got out of that, I officially destroyed the stock. So, Suck My Nasdaq tradition continues. Okay, so right now I'm short the Qs at 49.04, and I'm feeling good about it because I don't care what you're talking about. The psychology right now, the wall of worry has become a 90-degree angle at this point. There's got to be a little bit more to that sell-off that we just had. I can't imagine it just being over in a blink of an eye. But back to the Aamai story. I am completely out of the stock. Let it burn in hell. Let all the people that live in Boston burn in hell, and all the surrounding buildings around Aamai burn in hell. I hope the company goes to hell, and if I say hell one more time, I'm just going to have to kill myself. So anyway, that's what I'm saying. So then, the OMTR. Remember I was buying a huge position in the stock? Yeah, and then I got stopped out of it, some of it at 22.5, which was all right because I was in a little bit cheaper. And then I got stopped out of a little bit more at 21. And then, of course, the stock hit 20.85. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to just hold on to this last 1,000 shares. 1,000 shares. Yippee. Oh boy, 1,000 shares. And what do you know? The market's crashing and OMTR is up 6 points. Why? Because I originally had 17,000 shares of the stock, and I was reduced to having 1,000 shares because I was too nervous to hold the position into the earnings while I was on vacation. Suck my Nasdaq one more time. Oh, and the Act G. The Act G. Act G. Well, I didn't Act G on that one. That one I went in long and strong, thinking that this was finally going to be the move to $20. Oh my God. I don't know what they said or what the hell happened, but the stock got absolutely hammered there at the end of the day, didn't it? And once again, I wasn't there to, I wasn't even thinking about that stock. I was like, that's my long-term core holding. I'm not worried about what these earnings are going to come out. I figured the stock was going to be at $17 and at least $17 after the earnings report. And boom, I'm still in that stock, so got to assume it's going to break down and go out of business, and all the lawyers are going to get thrown in jail for something they did. Probably it's going to come out in the news any day now. Still short in the Qs right here. I'm thinking we're going to pull back, and I don't know. So the magic is I get back, and I was going to do a trade in Zolt. I was like, ooh, Zolt under 45. This is where I wanted to buy it. Did I do the trade? You figure it out. The stock went up 2.5 points. Did I do the trade? Nay. So there you go. And then Sun Micro. Oh, Sun Micro. Hey, buddy that I was standing online with at the, where was I? I was at the Quickie Mart or some shit like that. And I was talking about, blah, 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 blah. Just got back from vacation. I was like, you want to buy stock? You want to buy stock? Sun Micro tomorrow. It's going to be up 10%. Oh, my God. So, Guy, I know you weren't even paying attention to what I was saying. I was just rambling on in one of my rants. But there it is. Didn't want to go near it. Remember when I sold that stock at $5? I got stopped out at $5. I told everybody to get back in. Were you afraid? Were you afraid it wasn't going to go up? So anyway, I still got the eBay and the ACG right now, and I'm short the Qs one more time here at 49.05 or 49.04, 49.05, whatever the case may be. And so if anybody guessed that was my story, and also, if I haven't mentioned yet, don't go on cruises, ever. Don't go on them. They suck, especially Norwegian Dawn. Where's my $5 internet cafe? Logging off for 5 minutes. How the hell? That's not right. It's not right. It's not about the money. It's about the principle. Just like Aamai, when you allow earnings to be released in the middle of the day, there has to be retribution, and that's what you get, Aamai. So all you insiders and CEOs and everybody in that company, suck a big one, all right? Because that's what you get. You don't let that happen to us, all right? You don't let earnings get released inadvertently. I don't care who is responsible for that, but hopefully you are getting fired and everybody lost lots of money in the stock, and I hope it goes to 20 bucks. Congratulations. Anyway, I gotta go because now I've run over 8 minutes and I know Lou's gonna be pissed. He hates when I go over 5 minutes. T-shirts, I'm gonna work it all out. Send me some emails. I'm gonna figure out what I have this. I met a fantastic couple of people on the cruise. That was one benefit of it. One girl says she might come in and model the T-shirt. So I'll do another commercial. We'll take the T-shirts from there. I know you guys want some T-shirts, and maybe I'll throw her back and I'll bring her to my cousin. Let her hang out with my cousin in the brown paneling basement that I let him live in. But, yeah, so as they're rambling on about why the market's gapping up right now, I'm just looking to go short. And eBay, I don't know. I don't know what to think of it anymore, but let's hope it goes back to 35 so I can get the hell out of that one too. And peace and be well.